parts of the map too.
Yeah.
Anyways,
What
on
I'm
the
worried
red
about.
team, Predator Island, we have the Reborn, which already has taken armor damage. This is a Mobula piloted by Sundstrom, with a Hades main deck, 2 Artemises on the bottom, and a Gat and a Flare on the top. We also have Mighty Keb's Greasy Dream, which is a squid with a Gatling, a Banshee, and a Gatling.
We have Finks's Attention, which is a Mobula. They're both Mobulas. Hades on top, 2 Artemis bottom, Flare and Gat on the top. And then Lib Clutter, which has Hades on top, Flare, Gat on top, and 2 Artemis. Oh, an Artemis and a Banshee. So almost identical ships, just with the addition of that Banshee, I think, for something crazy. Oh, and they're focusing Greasy Dream. They are not letting him get close. And it might just be that they don't see the Reborn. But I feel like overall the Reborn is going to be an easier target because he's bigger and slower. But they have held off Greasy Dream here, and they are keeping him from getting behind them, which is going to make him a lot less impactful. To make a big difference, he's got to get in close, and because he's using a Gat Banshee, so he's got to be able to hit the hole, take out the balloon, and he's very good at it. But we'll see if they let him get behind. Okay. Reborn is getting hits off, so that's good news for red team. At the very least, he's getting their attention a little bit, and maybe it'll allow Greasy Dream to kind of slip out of their minds.
Yes, and
I know they all have flare guns, but I'm still very impressed with these shots that are going so far and through clouds.
it is quite. Also, remember it is quite difficult to hit squids going at full speed with some of the guns on the Mobulas, especially those Hades.
Yeah, and it's hard even for Mobulas to hit other Mobulas a lot of times because they have such great vertical movement and the holes are so hidden. Like, they're mostly balloon. You look at them and they're balloon, and they go up and down, and it's hard to hit.
Greasy Dream seems to be going for a flank right now.
I mean, yeah, that's.
I
I think that's kind of what we're expecting. The deal is whether or not they notice him quickly enough. But if they both turn around, the Reborn's going to have a really good chance to move in. And even if one of them turns around, it's going to give a Reborn at least a 1v1. And if Greasy Dream survives, or even better yet, gets a kill, then it's going to be a 2v1.
Blue team seems to be suspecting something like this. They're turning this out slightly toward the south.
Yeah, it looks like Lib Clutter's going to be the one to turn for this. Oh yeah, I bet they see him there now.
Also, I do want to point out the Banshee instead of the second Artemis on, I believe, the Lib Flutter. Do you think this is meant pretty much entirely just to counter the squid?
It very well could be. I mean, Artemis is obviously also a good squid counter because even one engine down on a squid is a big deal. The big advantage on a squid is having such great maneuverability, and without that, it's a problem. But yeah, the Banshee is a very good all-around suppression tool. And I think it's going to work well because it doesn't matter where you hit with the Banshee. If you hit the balloon, it's a problem. If you hit a gun, it's a problem. If you hit the hole, it's a problem. And even though it's not a big problem, it's enough that it's going to keep Greasy Dream away because he doesn't have a lot to work with except for speed. And the Banshee's fast, so that's not much of a problem, like it would be for the Artemis. That's probably for that. I think it's also just to have some overall diversity because the other ship, Attention, is exactly the same except for the fact that it doesn't have a Banshee. It has 2 Artemis.
By the way, I do want to point out that I believe that ship name is Attenuation.
Oh, whoops. Ha ha ha. Good catch. Attenuation. Hurry, definition.
The Lib Clutters turned backwards because they are suspecting this flank once again.
They are. This is a very interesting position, and it's like a strong one, but you just don't see this very often.
They do see the Greasy Dream and are now starting to fire.
Yeah, it's got to be tempting for the Reborn to hit Lib Clutter in the back, but I think they're resisting because, as it is, ooh, they're beating Attenuation there.
Clutter's now turning to assist the Attenuation on the Reborn.
Yeah, I think now that Attenuation has taken the heat... Oh boy, and Greasy Dream, as soon as you let up on him, he is on Attenuation's back, and it is a problem. But this is a lot of firepower on the Reborn. Oh, but the Hades go high. And Greasy Dream is still on him. He's not going to let him go. It's just a question of who dies first now, and it is the Reborn. So now, again, it's a 2v1, and Greasy Dream has a problem. He's either got to land this kill right away, or he's got to get out. Because it's going to be a 2v1, and again, they have a lot of firepower. Oh, can they get it? Oh, I really thought they were going to get it there.
You know, an interesting point about this Banshee is that it is, it of course will... It is often used as a primarily just kill weapon, something the Artemis is never really used as.
Yeah.
So it actually does have, I believe, more kill power than the Artemis when the armor is down.
Oh, yeah.
So that's going to increase the speed of the kills for the blue team.
Yeah, big time. Big time. It definitely does a lot against a downed hole. And what's nice about it is that not only can you hit anywhere and do that, but on a ship like a Mobula, it's a big deal when you're getting hit by a Banshee because, again, it's burning everything, and repairing those is really hard, and it takes you off the guns. So if they can get a lot of fire out with a Banshee, it's going to kind of mess with the shooting potential of the Mobulas. Same with the Hades, but to a lesser degree, I think.
Reborn is now targeting the attenuation. Hades' shot's going low.
Yeah, that was sort of like a halfway engagement there.
Yeah, the red team must realize that they did quite a bit of damage to attenuation, and while I'm sure they don't know how much, they probably know they did quite a bit. Shots now going in on the Reborn, as well as the attenuation. Greasy Dream is spotted now. Lib Clutter will begin to target them.
Here's where it heats up. Or not. Greasy Dream has good line of sight. Reborn has lost attenuation in the clouds, and no shots are going off, so it's not going to heat up quite yet. It has the potential to heat up, and that's what matters. Okay. So it looks like now Reborn is going for the flank, which is interesting, because if they can get a kill on attenuation... Oh, they've been spotted! Even still, if they get the kill on attenuation, it'll be a 2v1 versus Lib Clutter, and they'll be back in it and in a really good position. But that means that they have to get the kill. And there's a very real chance that they might not drop the armor at all, and then it's going to be a 2v1 against Greasy Dream again. Man, if only they had
attenuation going high.
Yeah, very high. But again, it's a really hard shot to make, so I don't.
Yes, they are at a distance of almost 1.5 kilometers right here. Greasy Dream once again going around for a flank. Pretty sure this is what the blue team expected them to do.
So it looks like they're just waiting to get into a good enough position to engage the Rider team, which is very strong. But the timer's ticking too, so they've got to make a move here. I mean, I guess they have enough breathing room, but if they make a move and it doesn't work, they're going to be in trouble. I really like this positioning where Lib Clutter and Attenuation are kind of back-to-back. And they do a lot with it, obviously. But there's just a lot of confidence in Attenuation's ability to take on the Reborn. And I mean, it might just be confidence and it might just be necessary. But he's soloing him with almost no health there. Greasy Dream avoiding Lib Clutter nicely, but the problem is if he goes under, he's going to allow Lib Clutter to turn around so he can switch between Reborn and Greasy Dream at will. And that's going to be where that could be a problem.
Yes, and I do believe that this is primarily necessity of the attenuation targeting the Reborn. Because, remember what happened last time both blue ships turned their back on the Greasy Dream? The attenuation almost got killed.
Yeah.
Instead, Greasy Dream has lost its armor. They are very low on their balloon as well. Taking a bit of shots into their armor.
There we go. Okay, Reborn pushed in really closely here.
This match is now half over based on time. Greasy Dream still taking a lot of shots from both blue ships.
I know. As attenuation, I can't even say who you should focus on. Greasy Dream is becoming a harder... Oh, nope, easier and easier target now. He's coming out of that cloud. If he loses his balloon on top of this mountain, it's going to be a problem. Wow, they're having a hard time breaking there, but that might be it. Nope, they got it up again. Impressed with the engineering, and there it goes. Okay.
Reborn will now be stuck in a sort of 2v1 here.
Let's see if he can finish it. Either way, even if he finishes attenuation, Liv is going to be on his back, and he's going to get all of the first shots in.
Yes, but Banshee's going to be incredibly effective against this Mobula, because while often it is an advantage that the hull is, or that the armor is so small off the front of the ship, it isn't with a Banshee, because the front is mostly balloon.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. And I think attenuation knew that, and so he stayed way back while Lib took the heat.
Reborn burning kerosene to get out of here.
Yeah, he's got to get out. That was a pretty smooth escape, but I don't think they're feeling enough pressure to not pursue, because they are coming in. And attenuation has to be careful about coming in because he's got no health. But unless Greasy Dream can make a move, they're just going to keep hammering the Reborn until he dies. And at the edge of the map here, there's not much he can do. There's very little in terms of line of sight. Here we go, Greasy Dream.
Greasy Dream has gone for a flank. This one not as wide as the past two, but it is still a flank.
Here's the question. Can Libclutter destroy him enough to take him off? Oh man, what a great dodge. How frustrating. And now it's all going into the balloon. Man, that's so frustrating for both of them. Attenuation having to dodge like crazy. Greasy Dream worrying about getting all the gas shots on and dealing with Libclutter, who's just hammering him.
And there goes the kill on the attenuation
there it goes,
for the Reborn. Libclutter, of course, now stuck in a 2v1. They do seem to be continuing to target the Greasy... never mind. The Greasy Dream is now behind them.
Yeah, turning around is going to be really difficult for Libclutter.
And this will likely spell the end of them. As the Banshee shots go in. Mostly missing, actually.
Which is convenient, but not normal. I think it's going to be over here for Libclutter. Yep.
Yes, there's the kill. Predator Island and Kaktuskumpelz 2000 are now tied at a score of 2-2. But while it is a tie, of course, the Kaktuskumpelz do have an advantage with the first kill.
I am very impressed that Reborn didn't take any damage there, with both ships closing in on him. That was a good balance between engineering and keeping the hole up and actually shooting and making all the shots mean something. It's a bummer for Red Team that Greasy Dream is so damaged, though, because that exact strategy is not going to work again.
Both blue Mobulas spawning in right next to each other here. Immediately get spotted. But immediately also getting spots out on the Reborn. Greasy Dream dropping the Libclutter's armor. And Blue's ships are just not caring. They're just going to continue targeting the Reborn, it seems. Trying to get this quick kill before targeting the Greasy Dream.
No, man, that's just so much firepower. I wonder if Greasy Dream can be annoying enough It looks like he's not. It looks like even with all the gat. Oh, but that could quickly turn into something horrible. And he ducks out. Ah! Greasy Dream fast to duck with him. Well, that was well managed.
Attenuation drops quite a bit, but the Greasy Dream just manages to drop just as well. But there's an armor drop on the Reborn. Shots going out, bringing it to very close to death. I'd say maybe 10-15% left. Now they are missing 4 of their guns as well. This does not look good for the Reborn, but the Attenuation loses its armor as well. Banshee not going in though.
It does not want to be below Greasy Dream because that gat is not going to miss anymore.
And there's a kill for both. Reborn killing, Reborn dying, and then Greasy Dream getting the kill and the Attenuation.
Now, can he get away from Lib Clutter? That is the question. Either way, next wipe wins. Oh, he sat on him. That was awesome.
Even though they sat on them, the Greasy Dream is now behind the Lib Clutter, so that's a huge advantage for the Greasy Dream. The speed of the squid just manages to stay behind the Mobula, no matter how much they turn.
Go getting on top of him so that gat can't miss the hole.
Lib Clutter losing its balloon.
How did that happen?
It is going to give them
I guess
cover
just
from the Reborn in just another second. Attenuation coming in, targeting the Greasy Dream now. Hades shots hitting the first couple, going mostly wide though because of the lack of a spot. Even with a spot, it's sometimes hard to hit a squid. It's just nearly impossible without it being spotted.
That's tough.
Both blue ships targeting the Reborn now.
Again, he's a much less slippery and difficult target. Oh, here we go, Greasy Dream making his move. Last time this particular move didn't go so well, but he'll have to play more defensively here because he's got no health. I'm kind of surprised that this is the push that they want to make. I'm gonna go try and get that whole break on Attenuation so that the Reborn can finish him off. Meanwhile, just playing very dodgy. Trying to keep Lib Clutter off his back. Bummer, but they had to switch targets, so that hull damage on Attenuation isn't going to mean much anymore.
Both Mobulas now targeting the Reborn, but Lib Clutter loses their armor. They're brought down to about half health.
Almost
and
lost
Reborn loses their armor. They're brought down a lot. To about a quarter health.
Got to get on this. Oh, otherwise it's going to be a problem.
There's the kill into the Reborn. Lib Clutter is, of course, also very low on health. They bring up their armor. But the Gatling of the Greasy Dream is going to continue coming.
Yeah, and Lib drop low, so
they've
got to finish it here. There it is, there it is. Okay, good.
There's the
now
kill.
Dream
Next kill wins.
Out. Oh my goodness. How stressful for both ships. If all these shots miss, it could be game over. Or hits. They all hit. Oh, man.
The Greasy Dream not managing to get out of that engagement fast enough. Meaning that Kaktuskumpelz 2000 beat the Predator Islands. Predator beat Predator Island with a score of 5-4.
Wow. What a... Man. We've got great games today.
Yeah, this is out of 3